The number 10 search continues for Tottenham. Who will we sign them for? The transfer window slam shut Monday early evening. That is the big question. Frank himself said he wants 2 number 10s. Will that happen, or will we even bring 1 in the door? Stay tuned to the very end. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Welcome back in here. Hope you're all keeping well. So the number 10 search does continue for Tottenham. A lot of names, have been thrown into the hat. I just want to kind of discuss some and go through them. I want to start with Lucas Paquetá. A name that's kind of been thrown in the last week from West Ham. Do we fancy another West Ham raid is the question. That part of it does sound good. With Paquetá, I'm not completely sure because for me, he's hot and cold. I think when he's at his best, he is very good. He's a very creative player. Obviously, he had that whole thing about that spot fixing and betting allegations. It's now been cleared off, which is really positive. And West Ham, we've seen the dire state they're in. So Paquetá, you're probably thinking, yeah, I would make a move away from West Ham. But at this stage of the window, that's the problem with leaving it for anyone this late. No club really is going to let number 10 go unless they've got a credible replacement really lined up or got someone there already. So with Villa, why did they let him go? As well as letting Ramsey go to Newcastle, unless there's a bit of PSR pressure to sell. That's the only positive thing with someone like a Rodgers. But we focus now on Paquetá. I just think while West Ham do that, I don't think they would have that pressure to sell that Villa someone do. So that's why we're going to get on to Rodgers later. But on Paquetá, I think there are better options out there where £60-65 million could be spent, if I'm totally honest with you. So I wouldn't be opposed to it in case right now anyone's better than no one. And he's a good place, but would West Ham let another top asset go to Tottenham, their biggest rivals? I don't think so. Pulled their pants down for Kudus. They probably owed you charge us for sure for Kudus. We've got a fantastic deal, so they would charge us more, I think, for Paquetá. And it doesn't feel right to pay £60-65 million for Paquetá when that money could be spent better elsewhere. We'll move swiftly on to Rodgers, who I accidentally jumped the gun and spoke earlier about. I think Rodgers would be a fantastic signing, honestly fantastic, but it's not going to happen as well as letting Ramsey go. I really can't see it. As I said, the only positive thing is that PSR pressure, but I think this is out of all of them, or most of them anyway, they're very unlikely that he'll let him go at this stage. But he said himself, I'm not sure of my future in the next 12 months, so take that what you want. But also you've got other names like Nico Pass, who we'll just talk about very quickly. I don't think that will happen because you've got the Como president who said that he has dreams of playing the Bernabeu one day. There's been no offer from anyone, and that includes Tottenham, so I don't think this will happen. I think maybe it's desperation out of this, and that's my only thing that I worry with all these number 10s. Whatever we do, we must make sure they're the right profile for Thomas Frank. They're the right type of attitude and calibre of player for the team. There's a lot of things to consider. We've got to get it right, and so many times over the years Tottenham have got the recruitment wrong. I think it's been better recently. So far there's someone that we brought in the right player, so I'd rather us get the right player. I'd rather take longer or not at all than get someone that isn't right and it could be poison to the dressing room. I'm not saying any of these necessarily are. Akliosha is another one. Magnus Akliosha of Monaco has been linked. £47.5 million is the quoted fee. I should kind of say all the fees so far. For the pass would be like 70-80 million euros. Paquetá about 60-65, I reckon. Akliosha would be one of the cheaper ones. I don't know that much about him, so I'm not going to comment too much, but he's a name that's thrown into the hat. I don't think it will happen. It seems more of an outside conversation. Xavi Simons is the one that's really heated up in the last few hours with saying that Tottenham are in direct talks at the time of recording. He's apparently in London. Leipzig have authorised it to sort out his future. They want it sorted. We're speaking to Chelsea and Tottenham. We've had a window of me from the likes of Maurizio Mono that he wants a Chelsea move, his eyes set on Chelsea. Chelsea want him. And that's what we've had all window. So it'd be fantastic if we can complete a hijack deal. And out of all of these, Simons is probably my favourite or second favourite behind Rodgers. I think he could bring a lot to the table. Actually, to tell you what, Simons would be my favourite because he can play the 10 is his predominant and best position, but can also play left wing. That's what's really exciting about Simons. So if we can't get, for whatever reason, that left winger, we can't get Savinho, we could just sign Simons. I mean, I think we should need 2 attacking players, but let's just say we sign Simons. I'd rather sign 1 quality player, attacking player I'm talking about, than 2 average players. I don't want to sign in 2 average, like an average left winger and an average 10. I'd rather just sign like Simons, better quality, but luckily he can play both. Very rarely you get someone that's very high quality and can play both. So Simmons would be absolutely perfect, would bring a lot to the Tottenham team. I can't help but picture him and Kudus. It would be an attack on the wings. That's really, really excited me. So I'd not get too carried away, but Tottenham are also in this conversation, which would be really important. But those are all kind of the names in the mix. Of course, you've got other wingers and stuff. So I think maybe as this window goes on to the very end till Monday, that we start to see the number 10 and left wing discussion brought a bit closer together and into broader attacking players in terms of like Semenyo being this kind of conversation. Just I'm thinking because it might not be a number 10 or left winger conversation, it might be an attacking player for Tottenham or attacking players that will come to one. For now, we kept them two together. I found the conversation maybe joining. If that is the case, someone like a Semenyo in terms of left winger would be absolutely fantastic. But if it says we sign Simmons, then we tick that box of left winger and a number 10. I mean, I'm just thinking for the club's sake as well. And that's he wouldn't cost a ridiculous amount, but for me, the biggest barrier to Simmons is his wage. That's the thing, it's the fee. In Chelsea, we know pay fees and don't necessarily pay the wages, but whooping long contracts. So, not going to get carried away because it's rare for Tottenham to beat Chelsea to a deal. So, those are number 10s. My personal preference right now is Xavi Simmons. Out of anyone that is in the market, I think that'd be my number 1, and Rodgers would be a close number 2. So let me know what you make of the number 10 candidates. Who do you think Tottenham will sign? Who do you want Tottenham to sign? If I had to deep down predict and sit here right now, which is incredibly difficult, I think at this moment in time, Tottenham, I reckon, will sign Xavi Simmons and beat Chelsea to it. But I think no more attacking players anyway in the window. I think it might be just Xavi Simmons and that's it. And that's what I'm happy with as well, which would be good. But I'm a confident Spurs fan. I'm optimistic. Glass half full rather than half empty. I do acknowledge that. But that's my thoughts. And that is a number 10 situation. The names have been thrown in the hat. By the time this video gets to you, other names might be thrown in. We've had wingers like Semenyo and Lookman been thrown in the last few hours. All very, very good options. That would be amazing. Especially Lookman. Why don't we get it done? 50 million euros. That's Atlanta keen to sell. Come on, Tottenham. Absolute no-brainer. It's peanuts compared to what we're paying for others in the window. Much rather Lookman for 50 million than, I know, a different position, but Paquetá of 60, 65. But those are my thoughts on the number 10s. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hopefully by the time this video gets you, we get a here we go. That didn't go very well last time with other players, that Morgan White or Eze, but we get advanced talks with one of these and we can get it done. We need a busy window from now till Monday. Hopefully a couple more editions. Up Spurs.